In this video, I'm going to talk about using HandBrake to convert a video. If you've ever had a video on your computer or electronic device and you tried to play it and it said unable to support the format, then you're probably using a file that has an extension that's not usable on that device. HandBrake is a software that works for Windows, Mac, and Linux that allows you to convert a file from one format to the other. You may have used HandBrake before to rip a DVD. It can also convert videos. Alright, to start with, I'm going to show you how to access it using Ubuntu Mate 18.04. You click on Applications, you go to Sound and Video, and you click on HandBrake. It takes a moment or two and the program will load. And while it's loading, I will show you that if for some reason you found this video on YouTube and instead of stopping the video and looking at how I did it, I do have step-by-step instructions with illustrations on how to convert a video file from one format to another. I do have all the steps from beginning to end. So I will put a link at the bottom of the video. Alright, if you look at the program here, this is HandBrake. I'm not going to go through all the steps on showing what all this is not a review of HandBrake. This is just to show you how you can convert one file format to another. If you look, I do have several videos in my videos folder. The smallest one that I have currently in the folder is the no audio video that I made and posted on YouTube for videos that for files of music files that are not displaying any audio. I do have the correction for that. It's about 4 minutes long, and it will take a little bit longer to transcode it or encode it to another format, which means to transfer it to a different format than what it's currently at. As you can see, the file that I have here is an MP4. I will be converting it to an MKV, and you have other options using HandBrake to convert it to. To start with, let's open the source. You click the open source button, and if it doesn't take you where your video that you're at, go to the location. In my case, it already opens to the video folder, and the no audio MP4 file, as you can see, it's one of the smallest files in this folder. I'm going to click open, and it's going to load the file and give you a little preview window, not of the video, but like a snapshot. It's going to give you the information and the duration, how long the video is, and the format. Now I can simply, if I was just wanting to convert it to MKV, for quick sake I could just drop down and choose that option. But there's more options other than just MP4 and MKVs. If you look, there is a little preset on the toolbar up here. If you click the arrow, it will bring up multiple options. You have general web devices, all the way down to legacy, which is your older devices. If I click on general, the little arrow, you can see that there's a lot of different presettings for converting it. You can convert them. If the original has surround sound, you could actually convert it upscale, or not really upscale, but you can change it to a different format by using these options. If you are putting it on the web, you can choose like YouTube high quality videos. You can choose one of these settings. If you're going to play it on a particular device, like an Android device, an Apple device, on a Chromecast, a Fire Stick, or PlayStation, Roku, or on a Windows Xbox machine, you could choose one of those preset settings here. Or if you've got an old iPad or iPod or Apple TV or Android tablet or a Windows Phone 8, you could choose one of these preset settings. Since I'm going to be converting it to an MKV file, I'm going to choose this setting, and I'm going to choose the 1080p, the 264.264, and I'm going to choose the 1080p. When I click on that, you notice it changes up here from the MP4 now to the MKV. Now before I do start encoding, notice that my pause button is dim and I cannot select it because I'm not starting the encoding. Once I start the encoding, that means I'm going to transfer from an MK or MP4 to the MKV file format. And it will place it back into my videos folder. If you wanted it placed in a different folder, in the section here where it says to, you click on this and you can choose whatever folder that you want. You can choose other. You can click on this and bring it up to put it like in your home folder on your desktop. But I'm going to cancel because I'm going to place it back in my videos. Now in this case, it's not going to change my original file because I'm changing the extension, or I'm converting it to a different extension. I'm going to leave the file name the same, which says no underscore audio, but the original file said .mp4. My output is going to be a .nkv. If you are like had a 1080p input and you wanted to make a 720p and keep it at MP4, I suggest changing to a different location or changing the file name so that it will not delete or replace your original file, so that you won't lose it. Now this will take about 10 minutes to encode, so once I click the start encode, I will show you the little progress bar at the bottom, and as it goes a little while, I'll pause the video, and when it gets close to the end, I will unpause it and show you the results. Alright, now since we do have the file loaded, you can see the title, or the time of it, is 4 minutes 8 seconds, and it does have audio. That's the name of the file. There's only one chapter. This is not a DVD rip. It's a file that I created myself, so it's just one chapter. And I'm going to start, I'm not going to hit the preview. That just uses up more CPU power, and this is an old computer, so I'm going to use all the CPU process power to encode this video. Now I'm going to start encoding, and when I do, notice what happens to the pause encoding button. Start encoding. This button becomes bold, indicating that I can pause the process of the encoding process. So if I needed to check my email or something, instead of slowing down the computer, I can pause this, allowing my CPU processor to process what I currently want to use, and then when I finish doing and close out everything, I could unpause. But I found out that not messing with it, letting it go from beginning to end, you won't have any glitches, or you're least likely to have glitches in your video. If you look at the bottom, it has about 8 minutes and 55 or 53 seconds now to complete. It does show you a percentage of how far is being encoded. I'm going to pause, and when it gets close to the end, I will resume. Okay, as you can see on the bottom, we are a little over 94% completed. It says estimated time about 15 seconds, so it's going to soon finish, and as you can see, it's going to go in my videos folder, and it's going to have the same name as the original file, no underscore audio, but instead of having the MP4 extension, it will have the MKV extension. Now I did do this earlier today with actual file that I had ripped off a DVD, but since it was a whole movie, the encoding process took about 9 minutes on my desktop system. On the laptop, this 4-minute video took about 6 to 8 minutes, close to 10 minutes, if I were to run the whole screen capturing. As you can see it now, it says its encoding is complete. I'll close out the little message. I'll minimize this for a moment. I'm going to go back in my video folder. As you can see here, I have 2 no audio files. This is the MP4, the original file. This is my file that I have encoded, which means I have translated the MP4 or converted it from MP4 to MKV. This video that's flickering is my video that I'm recording now. Now, as you can see, I'll click on this one. It's 18.9 megabytes, the MP4 file. My MKV is only 17.1. So it does shrink it when I convert it from MP4 to MKV. The original video quality, and I'm not going to play the whole video, I'll just speed it up. I'll speed up here. To do is just install. Now that's the MP4. This is the MKV file. I'll bring it up, and it's going to should have the same quality on both of them. As you can see, I'll turn the volume down so I don't compete against myself talking. As you can see, the video is playing smoothly. It's clear. I can go full screen, and now as you can see that I'm in the process of talking, but I turned the volume down. I'm in the process of talking there. You can see that my mouse pointer up here is moving around, so the video is working great. So it has the original video quality. It has the same video quality as the original video. So if you are needing to convert from one video format to another, you can use HandBrake, and if you just want to do it as quick as possible without going through and adjusting a lot of different settings, like from your dimensions, your filters, your video, your audio, your subtitles, if you do add them, if you have video that has chapters, and you can even rename and tag your video. You can go through it manually, or you can go through the preset settings to change your video from one format to another and click the start button. It's that simple. So hopefully if you had trouble converting from one video format to another, that you'll give HandBrake a try, and hopefully this video has been helpful to you. Good luck.